What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. LA Mamba. It is Sunday, June 8, 2025. It is a little bit past 2 p.m. and we're closed for the day. Sup, everyone? Haven't been on for a while. I wanted to give you an update of the shop, of myself a little bit, but mainly the tire shop. Let's get to it. So on the last holiday, I forgot what it was. It was I think Memorial Day. I knew that day was gonna be on the slower side, so I had planned the day before what was I gonna do, because I had my crew ready. You know, right now I have a strong crew, and holidays like that for me are kind of a wild card, something that can be very busy and sometimes no. But because of the day it landed, you kind of have a little rhythm, right? Of like, like your busy weekends are coming, or it's gonna be your slower weekends coming. And it was on a slower weekend, so I had been thinking about this for a while now. So I was like, I have my crew there. Let's just do it, right? Let's just do what I have in my mind. So what I did was, the day before, I grabbed a clipboard, paper, and I started writing the tire sizes down that I have in the back. And I started kind of like drawing my little setup in the back, kind of. Well, in reality, that was kind of like my mind really just kind of like organized it on its own. But I started seeing, okay, look at recently, the 18-inch SUV tires have been selling more for the used, and I've been buying more for the last 8 months in that size, because you do what your clientele pretty much asks for, or buys off of you, right? So I started getting more and more, and they started not to fit in the area, because it all started out from even way back when I have my other area where I had the 18s, and then I moved them to this area. Let me show you right here, this area. See these two racks? I call these the Home Depot racks, right? So we got this first one, and we got the second one right here. And this was pretty much the 18 section. So we had the two, and then the two. So we had like three rows, right? Pretty much. Which was actually maybe a little bit more than the last area I had the 18s. Oh yes, I had some of these right here on these racks, and on these racks, and then that top row over there. So it was a little bit bigger area than what it was the last time. So pretty much I kind of outgrew the last area. We brought it from the other side of the shop. We brought it here. This is about a year ago. And now the 18s outgrew this area. And again, this is for the reason of the 18s have been selling more out here. I'm talking about the SUV ones. And I was like, all right, well, I got a lot of tires right now in that size. And they even have some up here. Look, they even got some up there a little bit. But those are not in the way, so I just left them up there. And it was like, all right, I'm gonna make sure we organize them really nice. Oh, and by the way, I had ordered it was like 250 tires. I bought like like a day or two before I organized. So I had even more that I haven't even organized at that point. They were like right here on the side, and they were like right there, right? Areas where they're not supposed to be at. And so I was like, I'm going to make sure that the 18s have enough room to like be comfortable in and grow at the same time when I get more. And so it went from these two racks, these small ones, which is, they're all right, you know, they hold a good amount of tires. But I moved them to this area over here. Now this was a area where it fit like a glove, because this area is the low profile 18 section. So this area right here is where I keep my low pros. See this these racks right here, we got these, we got those, and this is the original spot for the low pros down there, and then we have some down here. And so at the same time I was like, let me make a little bit more room for the 17s at the same time, because those also always kind of been on the ground area, because there's just not enough room for the 17s. So there was some 18s here, so I pulled them out and I put the 17s here. All these are 215, 55, 17s, and all these are 17s, 225, 65, 17, 225, 60, 17, and 215, 60, 17s, right? So this was an area for the 18s, and I gave up one rack and a small rack when it comes to the 18 section. But in exchange, I gave it all of these Home Depot racks area. So let me walk back again. All of these are the 18 section, and all this right here, and also I added these racks for the 18s. These are not it, so I'm just showing you what's back here, but I'll just show you area again real quick. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Home Depot racks, 7 with that one, but there's nothing there on these two top rows because there's not enough tires. There's room to grow. And then these. So these, just this section right here before was a 16s, the whole bottom was 16s back then. 16s, and 16s. And this back Home Depot rack was 16s also. Now I left the 16s on this rack, so you'll see some 16s here. So, and there's some right there, but I left that there because I mean the middle aisle, the 16s, I'll show you later. But now what I did was, since the SUV 18s are big and bulky, I made each one a row where they only fit this size. So example, 235 65 18s, 235 55 18s, so only this size in this row. Here you go, 265 60 18s only on this rack, 255 65 18s only in this rack, 275 65 18. Now you guys know that this is a big and bulky size, so I give it 2 pretty much rows all in the back, and fit very comfortably. My guys know where they're at because I wrote down the sizes on these. So I did randoms in here and then randoms in here. Now every row has their size: 215 45 18s, 235 50 18, 225 50 18s, 235 45 18, 225 45 18, 215 45, 245 45 18s. And these are just brand new 18s, so I leave the 18s here. We got some more random 18 brand new ones. We got a row of 225 50 18 down here also, 225 50, 245 40, 215 55 to 25 60. And on these we got the 245 60 18 and the 235 60 18. So again, just one size, lots of them together. There's plenty of room here to add more. The 245 60 18. So we can just grow into it, right? There's more room. If I will buy more. On the top I put 235 45 18s on top of this rack. On the top of this we got 275 70 18, and on top of this rack is 265 65 18. And so there's empty row right there. Whenever we're gonna get more, empty row right here pretty much. I'll just skip those over to 235 45 18s. So we got an empty rack right there. And then we got these. So why did I do this? Of course it was needed, and to be more, you know, more comfortable in each. Because every time in the back, you saw how it was back there, we had to pull out the tires, bring them in. There was no organization. It would just pull them all out every single time. And it was always a mess back there. We always had to like put them back in after we're done and like sign these tires. And that's not gonna happen in this because it's all organized like this. So it's gonna save us energy, and it's gonna be easier to find the tires. And again, number one reason is we've been selling more SUV 18s, so that's why I organize them like this mainly. And for future plans is to grow even more in that size. So, or any 18s actually, like low pros if I can get more. But there's more room right here and up there. And eventually when I have a lot of low profiles in one size, I will make one row and this one a certain size, one row a certain size, one row, once I get enough of the tires of one size. But I love it because look at now, it's super like free. Like it wasn't like this in the last couple months. It was you know, it was like not enough room, so we had tires here and tires there. And so let me take you to the 16s. So what happened to the 16s that were in this area? Well, I noticed that there's not enough 16s going around right now, or in the last few months, when it comes to the bigger, taller sizes. Not the 205 55. Those you can buy all day long used, and they sell all day long used. So we got them here, we got them here, we got them there. Oh sorry, up there we got low profile 16. So we got the little 16s here, small sizes. On this section we got the 205 65. So we kind of have a little mix here. It's not totally organized. When I buy more and I have enough to fill them all, I will. But in this case we have 235 65 18s right here. All this rack right here. So we have enough, but actually we have this whole row of that size, and these are the leftovers on here of the 235 65 16. These do sell pretty good here. More low profile ones, they're just leftover ones. 215 55 16. So all these right here is this one size. These are more leftovers. So we got like 215 60 a little bit, and 205 65, and then on this side we got 205 60 16. So I plan to get a lot more in this size and just fill like the whole row right here. But right now it's kind of like not enough tires. So this is our 16 section now for the smaller tires, and really just the bigger ones. Now what happened to all the other ones, right? Like the 235 70, 245 70s, 225 70s. Well, again, not enough tires to buy where I can fill the rows. Do they sell? Yes, they do, definitely. But there's just not enough tire flow, right, that come in on those certain sizes, right? We have two 1570 here, so yes, I can get even more of these if I wanted to, but they don't sell a lot, so I just have enough here to like, just, you know, enough for the next time. 225/60s. These you know, they're all right. They're not that slow, they're not that fast, right? So we have our 16 section now. So these are our new 16 section, and because of how little bit of tires I had to, so we had enough room for the 16s and how much we have for the 18s and enough room to grow. The cool thing about all this was the 20-inch section now. So what happened to the 20s? It also grew. So now I noticed we saw a little bit more 20s than before. Same thing with like the 18s. I needed more room, and the 20 section took the extra room that we had before from the 18s, and it fit like a glove. So we have enough tires to make 2 rows of the 275/40 20s. We had a row of 255/45 20s. Now I have a lot more on top, and I can get a lot more of these if I wanted to. They move decently amount of, you know, it's not a slow moving tire. So I don't want my guys to keep going up and down up there. So I just left some down here, and whenever we kind of run out of these, and we'll just bring some more from that up there, and we'll put them right here. Another thing I did I didn't show you, but on that section and on this section, I made more, pretty much let's call it a set of ladders. So we got 3 sections that have a set of ladders. 1 over there, 2 right here. So we added these right here, so we can easily climb up fast. Well, not fast, but like faster than before. And this is the 3rd set right here. So this ladder can get to any of these right here quick. It's easier to jump like from one rack to the other. This row, I noticed I use it a lot. So what I did was I put this rack closer over there to give more room in between here. And now when we have like tires that come in from the wholesalers, and we need some extra room, and like let's call it back there right here, whatever, we just put them in this section. So for some reason this section always has like, it's always needed, right? So for me this section is always needed. So what did I do? I made it a little bit bigger. And so here we go, right here. So this rack took some 20s compared to the 18s are out, the 20s are in. So we got 235 55 20s, 235 55 20s to 45 50 20s. This whole row is pretty much 255 55 20s. This row is a 255 50 20. This whole 2 sections in the middle, 275 55 20s. This whole 2 sections in the middle right here, 275 60 20s. The whole bottom row is random big 20s. This whole bottom 2 sections is random low pro 20s, including these and including a rack in the back. And on top here is random big 20s. So we got like 285 45 20s right here, 295 40 20s, just some random sizes that, you know, they're just not enough room for like not enough sales to get more, and not enough room to like not enough tires to fill like a whole rack, right? So then this is and then we got 265 50 20s right here on this top section. We got some right here too, but mainly in this top section. So now everything is pretty organized with the 20s. It just grew into it. So the 20 section was also another area where we're really smashed in. We had always like tires like standing up right here and right there, back here sometimes, and we needed more room for the 20s. So it just worked out perfectly right here. So I'm very excited for this right here. It just can make everything easier for us. This is done in the last, what, 2 weeks or less. And I'm gonna continue. So here we go. These two sections, we just got random 17s. So that's another area that we needed more room in. So I opened up this whole rack for the 17s. But they actually got a little bit more room over there on that side. So we use all these for 17s, 17s, 17s. And we have opened up, we moved some tires today. There were new ones right here, so we put them inside. And our average, you know, section of the 17s, one row is one size. One row is one size. We got some opens areas right here. We got some randoms. And we have one row, one size, all of these. So the 17s, we haven't really organized yet, but we'll get to that. We'll have another row, another size, right? So we'll get to that, no worries. But look at how beautiful the walk area is now. It's like this was all covered with tires before, and it was just like tires everywhere. You can't walk across. And this area we keep new ones, so we just keep the new ones in here. We've been styling, so we have open areas, but we gotta order some for tomorrow. More 17 section. And these are the 265, 70, 17s, SUV 17s. So we got some more in there. 255, 70, 255, 65, 17s, 255, 75, 17s. So, yeah, we got this area pretty good. So I'm just very happy we got the whole shop like walkable now, because we did these rearrangements of the shop. And now it allows me to buy even more. So hopefully I will have time to buy more this week. Usually I buy minimum 250. I'm kind of like more consistent now with buying compared to before, because there's a place that a new place that I buy from now, and it makes it a lot easier for me to buy. So although they don't have enough quantity that I like enough, but I'm able to go more consistently than before, like to other places, because of the distance. So that kind of makes up for it. Like I buy more times but less amounts. Before I buy more amounts but less time. So it kind of averages to my average, but it's a little bit better sizes than before, because every time you get a new trip, well, they get a new chip of tires and you buy, well, guess what? You have access to the new trip that they got in this week compared to like tires that they're sitting before, and you just buy it even more, right? So it's a little bit better, but I just got to make sure I'm on it, because if not, if I don't go like an extra time or two during the month, then I kind of fall behind of the amount of tires that I need. So I just got to make sure I'm on it and keep going, right? So, all right. So here's a little story of this section right here. This is my semi-tire section when I have the new ones, and I needed some 11/22/5s. So here we go. So 11/22/5s. This brand is called Royal Black. Now this is a new tire I've never bought before, but I like how it looks wide. You know, it's 11/22/5. It looks a little bit wider than the other ones. You know, so I bought this brand, and we'll try them out. And it's a good price also compared to you know, what's out there right now. But I forgot I had placed an order for these. This is a brand I usually buy. This is the Alpine. This is my average tire that I sold for a couple years now. And so I had 4 and ordered, and then I ordered these. So I brought in 8 like 2 days ago. I have 8 of them, brand new. There, I put them in there, and it was like, oh man, like I bought too much. But it's like I didn't even pay attention to like after like I paid for them, and then I paid for the other ones. Or, you know, you're busy, right? And everybody's everywhere, and it's like, all right, here's your bill, and you pay, and it's like, and then you walk by back here, my guys put them back here, and like, oh shoot, I got 8 of them. It's like, Normally I'm okay with having 2 in stock, but I didn't want to like deal with it, add some extra money, so I was like, I'll buy 4, but I just doubled up, so now I have 8 of them, right? So now that's all right. It's cool. I'm have freaking tires that size for a long time. These I got them at a good price. So I had 8 of these also, but this is way before of the drives, the 11-22.5, right? So those I got at a good price. Those are 295, 75, 22.5 Goodyears. So I had bought 8 of them, but I've been selling those a while. And that's the story about this little section right here where I have so many of the 11-22.5s laying around. But yeah, we kind of cleared up today actually this little area. I had them my guys put them in there, and we were kind of organizing the 19s earlier, but we got busy and we had to go to the front. So today was a good amount of work. I thought it was gonna be slower because I don't know if you guys are watching from other states, but LA, it's there's a lot of rioting and there's a lot of you know, police and National Guard like beef with you know the civilians, and so that kind of like and the immigration, and so that kind of scares people. So I was like, man, I hope we have work. But yeah, it was actually a pretty good amount of work compared to what I thought, and it was pretty profitable today actually. So it kind of averaged out to the same as every Sunday. Here's more tires. Look at, there's more here. But it was pretty good, and so I was like, all right, we're gonna organize because I want to make a video for you guys, and then we're going to make some money, and it worked out great. But this is the 15 section. I mean, we got some tires coming in and out, so it doesn't look like much right now because we've been selling, we've been getting some in, but it's decent. It's not like I'm missing any sizes that I need. It's good enough. See, this is what happens when I get consistent tires. I'm not really missing any sizes, you know. Like we got the 14s down here. I mean, we have enough for what we need. Like 185, 65 14s. So we have a good enough. Overall, the shop is pretty good. Because right now, when it comes to inventory, right now there's a lot of work coming. You know, summertime, it gets really busy. I feel it more than last year of how busy we were. And I was preparing as much as I could earlier in the year because of the summer, as in getting tires as much as I can. And because of that, I get more tires in and I get more work. Look at, here's more tires. 11-22.5. They're here. And so because of that, we've been selling more. And then it's like, okay, my whole plan was to like buy them to kind of like store them for like summertime, but they're actually selling, so even better, right? And because of that, I have more money to spend, so I'll buy more new. So I actually been buying new and sizes that I've make sure I wanted to have here. You know, it's never perfect because if you do that and then they come and buy them, then you gotta order more again. And it's like, okay, like there's times where you need to order more and they're not here yet. So we've been signing a lot this last 2 days of new ones. So that's why you see like open holes here and there on the racks. But yeah, they've been really good. It's really awesome. Like when it comes to the tire shop business, the sales are there. I'm talking about the gross sales. They're just always there. You know what I mean? That's why I love, one of the things I love about it is that you can depend on that. You can depend on your sales being there. So now you have you're left over with your net cash flow, and then you can do whatever you want with your net cash flow. And I'll get into that in a minute. But one of the things in this video I really want to talk about, like getting in tires. You know, like, you know, as much as it hurts you sometimes, some days where it's like, man, I spent all my money on my tires, on the new ones, but now you're left over with tires like this. And it's like, oh man, I'm glad I did that like what 2 weeks ago, and now I have like kind of like everything, you know, like in this case, 225 70 19.5s. I got in a whole bunch of them to make sure I have this size, and I got some more of the like at 245 70 19.5s. And again, make sure you have enough inventory when the sales come. Like all of a sudden you get a car, you know, hey, do you have 245 70 19.5s? Yes I do. Great, I'm on my way. What if I didn't have them and it shows up 15 minutes later you go, and if I didn't have them, I had to go look for them, hunt them down, and it's like, man, like maybe potentially lose a sale if you can't find them like that fast. So it's worth delaying gratification to get your inventory in, and then you're gonna think yourself like a couple weeks later. In this case, as I'm making this video, I'm glad I did that like a couple times in the last few weeks to get to the amount of inventory I have now. Now I still want more. I'm still gonna like, the good thing is that you know, these, like I said, made a lot of sales this last couple days, so I have a lot of money to buy these new tires coming up. I don't know if I'll make a video in the next week. I've been super busy. I'll continue with the story, but I don't know if I'll make a video to show you what I buy next, right? But anyways, it's great when you get to get the ball rolling and just like get your tires in, because like, man, like it's an awesome thing when it's like, man, you have this size, that size, the customers come in and it's like, yes, and it's like, man, like get the sales, and then they recommend people. It's just so fast, right? Like it's just like when you have the tires, you do the sales super fast. They come in and out, they leave, compared to like and by the way, I do this sometimes too still, even at my level of, I don't have the tires, I gotta go pick up the tires. Like what, 2 days ago someone wanted like we've sold out 185 65 15s, and it's like, all right, well, we don't have them, but I can get them like in like 25 minutes. He's like, all right, get them, I'll come back. So he left, I went to the tire spot, I got the tires, I came back, he came an hour later and we put them on. And what if he didn't come, right? So but the point is, like, I try to avoid that as much as I can. And do you have the power to avoid that? In my case, a lot of percentage, yes. A lot of the times I can avoid that by me buying tires, by me being focused on what I have missing, focus on ordering, and then the hardest part is when they come, paying them, right? Make sure you pay them, because to do that, you gotta make sure you have some money. To do that, you gotta make sure you have sales in the past to get the money to pay them, right? So just make sure you're focused and keep stay on the grind, right, to get that money to get those tires in. In this case, I'm missing very little because of the sales. Like if I had no sales, you would see more tires that I had here, that the tires sizes that I need here, right? So I'll make sure I order them. I'll get them in tomorrow. But it's a beautiful thing. I love it. I love the tire shop business. It's very consistent. Now, a little update on myself. I've been working on my properties. I have rehabbed this last mobile home, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. I have it up for rent, and it's kind of been hit and miss with getting the right tenant, because you want to make sure you get the right tenant, right? And I bought another home this last 2 weeks ago, but I got in the home about 3 days ago. So I bought a mobile home, right? I bought a mobile home for a great deal, and this mobile home was at another mobile home park a few cities away from my park. I bought it and we moved it to my park. So they transport it into my park. And I've been dealing with titling these homes. So I also have 3 more homes that I own that I need to put them into my name. So I've been dealing with that also. I've been dealing with another deal that came across. So this was more like a private money deal that I did recently. So there's been all on top of this business, right? All on top of this business where it's like, well, it's like, okay, this money out there, this money out here, there's this money out there, and then there's more money out here. So you got to make sure everything, all the assets are producing cash flow and growing them because of that, right? Like, because I'm putting the money back into the business, in this case, my mobile home park, then it's growing with income, it's growing with homes, and this is really profits from the business right here. From the profits, I bought another home, put it over there. It's not easy. It's not easy. So it requires a lot of work, a lot of saving. And now that you have the home in, well, guess what? Now you gotta pay somebody to like put it together, pay to put it on appearance, pay to like everything, rehab it inside, outside, make sure the roof is redone, and that's gonna take a couple months of focusing. So where do you think the money's gonna come from, right? So you gotta make sure your sales are on point. Well, I gotta make sure my sales are on point so I can continue to fix. And this is just repairing, right? This is just pretty much repairing something that needs to be repaired. And other things also, I got other things at that place that I want to repair. So again, I got to make sure I'm working really hard and to get my investments right. And then now when that's done, then it just becomes more valuable and more valuable, and the cash flow becomes bigger. But it's all because of starting with the tire shop. In my case, is make sure you're working hard, sales are going great, make sure you got the inventory right, and then you have enough money to invest somewhere else. And I love it. It keeps you sharp, you know what I mean? Like, what if you already had everything rich and you had to do nothing? Like example, if you're born into a rich family, sometimes I think about this. You don't got nothing to do. Why do another project? You don't need the money. So like, why do another project, right? And it's like, that's why some of these kids that grow up in those super ultra rich families, they become drug addicts and all that. They just waste their lives. And although like sometimes my feet hurt and sometimes like I want to sleep more, I think about those times, those things. Like, well, what if you had it all already and you didn't have to do nothing your whole life? Then you're gonna start going to substance and or doing other things, and it's like, nah, I'd rather stay busy right here. I'd rather be selling my tires. You know what I mean? Like I know I won't get into trouble like that. You know, you gotta be productive in something, right? You gotta have goals in something. So some of you might think, oh, these are like small goals, and to some people they are, and that's fine. But if it's something that makes sure you have to try to accomplish and your own goals, then that's gonna make it worthwhile for yourself. And it's not about the money. When I'm talking about this kind of talk, make sure whatever you do, you love it, because you're gonna be quitting later on if you don't have like a passion for it. In this case, my passion is my goals I already talking about right now. It's like the tires, make sure I want to get more tires in sizes that I want, and make sure that we keep this keep the sales going. So you're doing multiple things, right? Because you have your guys. I have a strong team right now, and I think I'm gonna get another guy in. Okay, so one of my guys left and came back, so I have extra guys right now. Well, it's actually awesome because Now I get one guy to rest. So right now it's perfect, but I'm gonna go through changes. I'll let you go guys know about these changes later on, but I'm gonna be getting another person, and let's see how it goes with actually, my goal is to have a little bit more flexibility with time. And let me share with you why, right? Again, it's everybody has their own goals, and of course I want to be on top of my goals right here. But if I can have a little bit of extra time for myself, then I can do things like this. Like this 2 weeks coming up, I already have it all planned, but I'll be with my mom, my aunt, and my cousin, and we're gonna go to some hot springs. And man, those places are super beautiful. I'm talking about like the resort style where they make the jacuzzis, they make the pools. Like, it's like a resort, right? So in my case, it's like a vacation, but it's only gonna be like 24 hours, and we're gonna go one day, we're gonna come back the next day. It's not that far from here. But those things are like beautiful. Like you can be with your mom, in this case, me and my mom and family. Memorable times, my cousin, my aunt. It's gonna be super awesome. My girl can't go this time, but we went last time, but we'll go some other time, right? But those things are not cheap. I think the rooms are like $400 each, or maybe a little bit more. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna because I want to share it, right? I'll be getting the rooms for our family, for us. So I'll be getting 2 rooms, and having a great time over there. And it's because you work hard, you can do things like that. So again, it all goes back to the same thing, right? Like, make sure you get your skills right in the tire business. Make sure you have good inventory, and with that you have good profits, and with good profits you'll be able to invest, and then with that investing you'll make more money, and with that more money you can do whatever you want. In this case, really enjoy yourself at the hot springs. So I love the tire business, and I love real estate. That's why I do my videos about both. I feel that they go hand in hand. The real estate is your left, the tire shop's your right. It's like you're boxing, and you need both to win, in my opinion. That's just me. If you really want to win at a certain level, you need both, not just one, right? And with that, you'll be able to do some pretty cool things. Get whatever kind of goals you want, little by little, but it's a beautiful thing. And so still believe in the tire shop business. I know people look at these videos for hope, some of you, and that's one way. That's one thing I like about sharing. Is one thing is, like, I like to give people hope in the business if you're doing things right. And again, this is June 2025, and this is what it looks like. Still consistent sales, still grows, and still having profits for investing in other things. And in this case, I've been investing in real estate for a while already, so my cash flow has grown and grown, and so it's pretty strong. It's I probably want to say stronger than the tire shop business at this point, when it comes to net money for me to keep in my pocket. But that's because I've been focusing on it, and investing everything in it, and it'll grow and grow and grow. Still, it's gonna continue to grow. But it's a beautiful thing, and I wanted to share with you guys. There's plenty of hope still, and I'm in California. I think it's in my opinion, you can get to your goals faster in other states because of less restrictions on the government and politics and all that. Right here, we're heavily taxed. But I think, like a lot of people say, if you can make it happen here, you can make it happen anywhere in the United States. I don't know, but so yeah, so this is a video for, I guess, for hope. So I'll let you guys go. I'll see you guys next time. Mamba out.